I'm good, it's all good. Well, we all made it. Hello, thank you everyone for coming and coming out on this coronation weekend and everything and joining us and helping me stress a little bit less. I do appreciate happy smiley faces. So yeah, that's better. Happy smiley faces. So good. I've got my lovely medium John with me. He came along and helped me out last minute because our other medium was a little bit poorly and couldn't make it, which is really, really sad. But it was really sad that I couldn't get John on my list this year, so just it was meant to be, and we're all here and we're all good. So I'm just going to ask if you could do your prayer for us. Yeah. Just open us however you want to, that'd be great.
Because I work with light energy, I will open in prayer. So if you want to join me, please bow your heads. If you don't, just won't take long. Infinite Spirit, in a good, right and gracious way, shine upon us your presence, your power, your intelligence and your spirit. Because you are and we are as one, always. Amen. I told you I wouldn't be.
Well, I'll be a long time, it's fine. You all know the drill by now. I've got the healing book here. I'm going to read out a little kind of healing prayer and then I'll read out the healing list, and then if you can just send out love and light and healing thoughts in whatever way you feel fit, that would be great. Great Spirit, we gather here today to give thanks for all the healing and blessings we may have already received and for any that are still to come our way. And we ask that extra healing and upliftment be sent to those who need it, as well as those named below. We've got Dougie, Vicky, Darren, Linda, Janet, Jenny, Andy, Maureen, Roy, Michael, Jodie and Shirley. So if we could just take a moment just to see them in a little bit of a better situation than they are now, feeling a little bit better and a little bit happier, that would be great. Brilliant, thank you all very, very much. Just got a little reading here today. It's just a little story that I came across earlier. And because I was talking to someone, and they were saying about how they find it very, very hard to feel quite positive at the moment and hard to feel grateful for things, because it seems like every one thing that they've got to be grateful for, they've got 5 or 6 things that are coming in that just make them feel like that gratitude is just not really worth it. And I opened up one of these magazines at random, and this is a little story that I found, so I assumed this is the one that I was supposed to read out tonight. Sitting in my car, I opened my glove compartment, shaking hands, reaching for the paper bags that I always kept there. I grabbed one and breathed heavily into it. Relax, Wendy, I told myself, but it was no good. I was in the middle of a full-blown panic attack, gasping for air, tears pouring down my face. Is enough, I can't do this any longer, I thought to myself. I worked for a private medical company in a role that involved coordinating 800 therapists. It was incredibly stressful. I started work at 6 a.m. and usually finished late, leaving me no time for any kind of social life. I barely had a chance to grab a cup of coffee at work. I was so stressed that I started having daily panic attacks that left me gasping for breath. And if an attack struck at work, I'd be forced to rest in the staff room or go home. After 5 years in my job, in February 2008, I got to the point where I had a panic attack just getting into my car in the morning. Utterly broken, I went to my GP, who signed me off work for the next 2 weeks. For the first time in months, I had breathing space, literally. I realised that I was so busy worrying about what needed to be done and meeting my deadlines that I never took the time to reflect on a job well done. I never lived in the moment. And I couldn't carry on like this. It was destroying me. But what else could I do? Like everyone else, I needed to earn a living. I couldn't just quit work, could I? Looking for answers, I booked into a one-day workshop with the Law of Attraction author, Michael Lossier. During the workshop, he suggested that we all keep a gratitude diary. The idea was simple, to write down the things that we're grateful for each day, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Appreciate what you have and more of it will come, Michael explained to us. That sounded good to me. I bought myself a plain notebook, and that evening I sat down ready to write in it. Michael suggested thinking of 3 things we were grateful for each day and building up from there. But this simple task proved surprisingly hard. I thought, waiting for inspiration to hit me. I'm grateful for my family, nature and my home, I wrote after much thought. But as the days passed, I focused on the good things in my life. I found it more easier to feel grateful. In the end, I popped the diary in my handbag so that I always had it handy to jot down in. I quickly discovered that being grateful, taking a moment to be present, stopped my mind from racing. Words create your thoughts and thoughts create feelings. And I discovered that by focusing on the positives in my life, I felt less overwhelmed. Gradually, my panic attacks became less frequent. For the first time in years, I began to live in the moment. I take a walk and really appreciate the beauty of nature around me, the smell of blossom in the air, gentle rustling of the wind in the trees. I was using all of my senses like I hadn't done in years, and I realised that having these senses is a gift in itself. I quit my job, retrained as a hypnotherapist and registered as self-employed. That was in June 2008. It was a scary step, leaving a full-time well-paid job, but I'd never looked back. 4 months later, my panic attacks had stopped completely. I felt free, and for the first time in years, I felt completely, totally alive. I still write my gratitude diary every day. It helps me reflect on what went well and consider what I might have done differently. And the buzz and lift I have from stepping into the space of gratitude is fantastic. You really need to write a diary yourself and experience the shift it makes, not just for you, but for others in your life. Back when I first started writing my special journal, it was hard to think of 3 things that I was grateful for. Now I'm overflowing with gratitude and abundance that I could write pages and pages. I even find myself cheating and writing it in advance on a certain day when I know lovely things or events are coming up that I'll be grateful for. And my life is so full of much joy. So I just wanted to share that because it's just a little thing that even if you're feeling a little bit down, maybe try it. Maybe get yourself just a little diary or a little notebook somewhere and just write 3 things a day that you're grateful for. It could even be grateful for the fact that tonight you're going to get some nice cake with us and tea and coffee that I've stolen. So, and we're here, and that's the thing to be grateful for, so that's something we can write down when we get home. So, yeah, I'm just going to pass that on, and I thank you for listening to it, and I'll pass you to John, so you've got anything you want to say.
Thank you very much. Well, one word, cake.
Cake. Cake's always a good one.
Oh, yeah, please. I am a cake monster. All right, how you doing? Anyone seen me work before, besides Mandy? Anyone?
I think we're all new
no,
here.
We're all young blood and fresh blood.
Yeah, we're all good.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's great. I do a little bit of philosophy just to get warmed up and get into the mood and all that kind of stuff. Probably expecting straight with the mediumship, but I'll save the good bits to the end and we'll just go with this. I'll tell you a bit about me first. So I saw my first spirit when I was 2. I was adopted, and I saw my nan of my adopted parents at the end of my bed. And I was chatting like a normal 2-year-old would to a strange lady at the end of your bed that no one else could see but me. And my parents were Catholic, or my mum was Catholic, my dad was Church of England. And you can imagine that went down like a lead balloon. And it got kind of suppressed. But it happened over and over, and I know this because later on in life, my mum actually said that, and when you were 2, you were chatting to an old lady, a nan at the end of your bed, and we always thought it was my mum and that kind of stuff. But the thing about that is my nan died April the 1st, 1970, and I was born in September in 1970. So there was absolutely no way that I would ever have known her or ever have seen her or ever seen pictures of her, even, that kind of stuff. And so my journey started there, really, and I didn't really know. And then teenager, school, I was having dreams and in and out. Foolishly giving out the messages from the dreams to people, which started me into a course of understanding what it was like when people don't really get it, and you do, and you've got to give it, and it's there, and it's that burning desire, and you've got to share it, and people look at you and go, you are nuts, and you are not nuts, that kind of stuff. So that was in my teens, and then it went, ebbs and flows, waves. And then later on in life, it come back, a bit more, a bit stronger, and then few things happened with me, with, relationships and counselling, and shall we say, another set of people said you're nuts. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Because they couldn't see what I could see. It was different. I saw the world very differently to a lot of people. And if you're spiritual, if you're in circle, if you do this type of stuff, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? And it's a struggle. And it always is a struggle. And you just have to remain true to it. And then it got to the point where I couldn't deny it anymore. And I literally went from a seat to a platform. Because I couldn't deny it. And that's why I sit in the audience. Because it takes me back to that step, that big step, that was part of a massive long chain of steps of going from the audience to circle to platform. So I love doing that. And it's also nice when people look at you and go, oh, that was the medium walking up there. Oh, there, whoops. Glad you didn't say too much. So that's a little bit about my story to get to here. But I believe in the one presence. Call it what you like. God, source, universal spirit, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. Right? But it's the one presence to me. Alright? Hence prayer. And the one presence has one power. Right? It's a massive amount of power that we can't even fathom. They say that we only use 10% or 15% of our brain. Well, the one power is in the odd 90% that we cannot get to at the moment. And they try and science it away and justify it and say that it doesn't happen, it can't exist and all that kind of stuff. But that one power is there. I also believe in the one intelligence. That in the Bible is the word. Yeah? That is the will. You obviously hear of the will of God, that kind of stuff. So, totally believe in that. And also, spiritualism, believing spirit is in everything. Right? So they're the four pillars for me. Alright? And if you want to go into that road, that's metaphysics. And there was a big movement from the 1850s onwards, and it was a new thought movement, and it was metaphysics, and as a man thinketh in his heart, the master key system, that kind of stuff. You may have heard of all that concept. And essentially, basically, it goes to we are one and we are all connected. Spiritualism 101. Alright? We are one and we are all connected. The thing is half the time we feel separated. Or nearly all the time we feel separated, I should say. And we feel separated from the world outside, from our closest and dearest, and even from ourselves. We try and understand ourselves and what's going on in the world, and there's a struggle. There's a big struggle. And we try and reconcile it. How can evil exist outside? How can I feel so depressed? How can I hate myself? When they're telling me to be happy, when they're telling me to be joyous and telling me to be grateful, how can that be? Because I know in me, my eyes are telling me that things are bad. And I feel bad. And I'm in a bad situation right now, or a bad relationship, or bad issue with family. How can I give all this love to them? Because we're connected. It's really hard to be spiritualist full time when the feedback you're getting from people is not too keen on you at the moment. You understand? But for me, as a metaphysician, you have to move past that. It's like there's two rooms. There's a massive, great big room, and inside this room, there's a smaller room. The massive, great big room has got lights on. The smaller room is the room that we create, but it hasn't got any walls, it hasn't got any boundaries, but it's dark. Spiritualism, metaphysics tell you to look into the light, turn your face to God, and you have all the abundance and you have all the gratitude and all the health and all the wealth and all the success. Here, we know that, or we think, that I'm not good enough for that. I'm not worthy for that. And it's hard, and that only happens to other people. And I can't get it. I can't understand that. Because we build up our own world and it expands out of us, and we know for a fact through feedback from what we can physically see that the world is not like that. It's not always going to give you everything you ever wanted. If anyone's tried any manifesting, you know it takes a while before stuff comes into your life. It's like the universe has to line up with what you want. But if I'm facing this way, away from source, away from you at the moment, your source today at the moment, right now. If I'm facing away, saying I want abundance, I want claps, I want cheers, I want laughter, you're not going to give it to me because I'm not talking to you directly. So a metaphysicist would turn and face source and say, this is what I want. This is how I want it. This is when I want it. And I want to use it because then I can give it to other people. Because once I've received it, the proof is sharing it with other people. So if you've got someone in your family who, shall we say, is a bit of a pain, a bit of trouble, it's hard to love them with all the love there is. A mother can do it naturally and instinctively. She can love, love, love no matter what they do. Brothers and sisters are like, I really hate you right now. But you've got to give it to them. But the mother was pulling her hair out. She's trying to keep the turmoil down. She's trying to keep the calmness in the family, not cause any problems, not pick sides, all that kind of stuff. She doesn't know what to do. So she asks, give me strength to see this through. And it comes. And it comes because she's older, she's wiser, she can experience, there's a change in her, there's a calmness in her. And then the child who's troubled may then pick up on that and respond differently. So she receives, and then she passes it on. That child then appreciates her and shows her and self-expresses his love for his mum in a different way, and other children in that family may not think that there's favourites anymore and all that kind of stuff. You know where I'm going. Alright? But we can ask for the good stuff to attract more good stuff. And we can ask for good stuff to help us when dealing with bad stuff. We can ask for anything. Anything at all. And the question is, what would you ask for? So I asked to work for Spirit. I was already working for Spirit without realising it when I was 2 and in my teens and later on. I was already working, but I actually physically asked. And they took me from that seat over there and they put me up here. And they gave me the biggest nudge that they could. They changed my life. I come out of work with firms, started my own business, and this is what I do. Because you have to have that commitment. You have to be sure that I can look this way when it's convenient, or I can look this way when it's convenient. In times of trouble, oh God, please help. But you really have to do it all the time. And if you do it all the time, it just becomes second nature, and you just pass it on, and you share it, and you overflow. You've seen when you keep, if you pour water into a cup and you're not paying attention, it just flows out, doesn't it? So if you turn to source and it's flowing into you all the time, it will just overflow, and it has to spill into other people. Pay attention, cup's half full. I'll stop now, and then you come back and get some more, and then you turn away. So for me, spiritualism is a full-time job, every single day, no day off, on call, 24 hours a day. Let's get on with it. However, people maybe are scared to ask for that commitment. But believe me, when you have the backup of Source or God or Infinite Spirit or whatever you want to call it, you don't need to be scared. You can just crack on, do it, because it will just flow through you and it will outspill to everybody. Alright? So that's the philosophy side of things. So I'll just prove to you it is so fantastically good. No?
Yeah, I do my own thing all the time, so that's why I read out about gratitude, because I try and do manifesting and gratitude and positivity as many times as I can, and I do it at least. I normally sit down at least once a week and take a bit of time just to chat to them upstairs and to just reconnect, to make sure that they know that I'm listening and that I'm paying attention as much as I can, and I'm trying to pay attention to what they're giving me, but I'm also going, yeah, it'd be quite nice if you could actually just lay off a little bit and, just give us a little bit of good stuff, thank you.
Okay. Alright, I'll just say this, right? I was a bit unsure where I was going, what I was doing, how I was going to work and that kind of stuff. And I set it up, and it's like a telegram. Can you give me advice? Can you tell me where I want to go? Medium came to me when I was in Bedford, and it was like a board meeting. Right? After the service, it was like a board meeting. They said this, and this, and this, and this. I'm not going to bore you with what they said, but they said this, and this, and this, and this. And it was clearly defined and it's a complete echo of what I had sent to them. So you could argue they know before you send it, or they answer you, but it was absolute proof for me, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they will listen. So even if that is everybody's message tonight, they will listen to what you send up to them. So if you send bad up, you're going to get echo of bad back, law of attraction. If you say good up, for the benefit of others, you're going to get tons of it by the bucket load and enjoy it all. Alright? I'm going to go over that side, and then I'm going to start working properly. Thank you for listening. Alright? Cheers. Hello. I'm going to come to you first. So, right, I'm a clairvoyant, clairsentient. I hear, see, feel and do. Alright, so if I start doing silly things, then don't worry about it. It's just them trying to get taken over a little bit, trying to get involved. Alright, I try and talk in the language that the person that you know who has passed, in their language, in their words, not like Italian or Spanish or anything like that. I can't do that. But they might say, I know, what's his name? Friend. How you doing? Yeah. So it will be in his it will be in the way that they do it. So I'll give out the symbols as well, so that you can take them, and obviously it'll be on the tape, so you can take it and you can try and put your own meaning on it if it don't really make sense. You can say no, you can say yes, say maybe. For me, it's a multi-dimensional way. They connect with me, I connect with you, I connect with your guides. Everybody connects. All right. So. Get involved, I guess. I want to come to you. Is it alright if I work with you? Yeah? You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. So I do have a gentleman here with me for you, okay? And he is coming through on a 1-up level, so I'm going to say that level for me, alright? And he's coming through. And he's very... Where's the Derek in your life? Because I just heard the name Derek straight away. If you can't take it, don't worry. Just hold on to it. Yeah, but I want to give you that anyway. All right. Do have a date coming through. He's larger than life personality, I would say, and there's horses around as well. I do have a ring going on. There's a partner with him as well in spirit. So his mum's here, dad's there. Mum poorly at the moment. I'm going to say to you, of the mind. She's getting ready. That's why he's coming through, letting me know that there's partner there as well. Even though she's physically here, her mind is there. You understand? And would you understand horses and stables? Yeah? The reason for me, that was a controversial thing to say to someone I've never ever met before. However, you took the next thing, that's your evidence, back in what I've just said, alright? That's my proof positive that that's there. Right. He wants to, he's making me feel, when I do that, I just want to open up and talk about things. Alright? So, obviously trying time, and I want to say that a little bit more discussion about this and where she may be going, that kind of stuff. Maybe in order to bring things all settled, because it's a little bit up in the air at the moment. I see a chessboard, but I just see someone making the wrong move on the chessboard. So for me, that would mean that even though people know how to play the game and it's expected and what's going on in your life at the moment, someone's making the wrong move first. Alright? So you're going to have to fit that into your life, but someone's doing something which is not the right move, not the first move to make, like open and gambit. Do you know what I mean? Like move the middle pawns, it's like the rook has come straight out. That's the symbol. If you can take someone playing chess, then take it as that, whatever. But it's not that for me, it's about someone making the wrong move, first of all. Alright? Where would the healing be required? What person would need it? Run it back here?
Yes, thank you.
If you can take that, that's fine. Yeah? Again, proof on the move thing, alright, because you took the next thing. Alright? Grace for me is shining upon. So someone is shining. I've heard the name Grace. It's not as a name Grace unless you can take it. But it's something that is shining upon the situation where you are. Alright? And it's quite cleansing because I see my triangle as well. Right? Maybe this is a case of, can I be so bold and say, it will be okay. It will be hurting, but it will be okay. Do you understand what I mean? It will be fair enough. That's, yeah, no more pain, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it doesn't make it any easier. But know that Dad's going to come forward. Oh, did I say horses? Yeah, so it's like, he's bringing up horses, like westerns. Because I see someone on a western, in a cowboy outfit, that kind of stuff. Maybe you just like that. Maybe you like the films, whatever. That's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm being shown. Alright? There's kisses coming forward, alright? There's hugs coming forward. And there's I'm hearing bygones be bygones. Yeah? That's what I'm hearing. If you can take that, fantastic. But that's what I'm hearing. Maybe that's just a little message for you. Yeah? Where's the Rachel Ruth? I'm normally pretty good with names. I'm normally very good with names. But it don't matter. These people will come in because they're coming to you straight away. Alright? Just, if you can't take them, all I say is, when they come into your life, your dad will be around. Is that fair enough? Yeah. And they could be with what's coming up, that kind of stuff, and bring that into you. Yeah? Your dad showed me he's got a really solid chin. Yeah? Like a boxer chin, that type of stuff. You understand that? And the last time I had that, someone really was physical. So I don't want to say he's physical, but he was a man that could handle himself really well. Yeah? It's like I do want to have a little spar with him. That. Yeah, you understand? Yeah. He showed me red balloons. What's that woman that sang 99 Red Balloons? Cool, it's a long time ago, wasn't it? Yeah. He's bringing that up. Yeah, because I start seeing balloons and that kind of stuff. They're big, and there's loads of them. Maybe I'll put in the 99. Unless you live at number 99, but I doubt it very much. But that's where I want to go, alright? So maybe just hear that song, there's a little secret message in there for you. Yeah? This is going to feel like reunited. Yeah? This is what it's going to feel like once you get there. I'm not going to say it's going to feel like that straight away, but once you get there, it's going to feel reunited. Does that make sense? Does that help you out? Not make sense, but that might put your mind at a little bit of rest. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Pardon?
I said thanks.
I've got a box of Kleenex as well. Man's tissues. Not like girl tissues, man's tissues. On a coffee table. I must have moved. I might have moved. Yeah, it's alright. You can't take that, can you?
No.
No, it's alright. You're shy, aren't you? Where we going?
That bird outside isn't shy, is it?
No.
It's very loud.
Alright, so that's really important. Everything that happens in a reading is part of reading. There's going to be birdsong around that event. Yeah? And just hold on to that, because if someone walked in, it's a different message. But because you pointed out that there was a really loud bird, while here, funny time of day to be singing, it's part of the message for you. There's going to be birdsong, and it will be noticeable. And then you can phone up and say how right it was. Yeah? Yeah? I'll just leave it with you because it's a bit future. Yeah? Alright? Good. Where am I going? Can I come to you?
You can.
I can. Yeah? How you doing?
All right.
Oh. I know your name's Michael because you said it earlier, and while I was sitting there. However, I don't want to call you Michael. I want to call you something smaller, like Mickey or something like that. Yeah, like people won't call you Michael; they'll call you Mickey or something. No, Mike. Mick. There you go. That's what I want, and that's what you would go by for your entire life. I do have a lady here with me, by the way, right? And she's coming in. I think it's Mrs. Mick. Yeah. But she's coming in with a bit of a back problem. Right? She showed me that she would have passed with a heart condition or lung condition right here. Right? But she's also showed me that there was a back issue, either it's with you or it was with her. But I've got it all down both sides of my back. Right? You understand? Yeah? She's also shown me that you like to check things.
Showing you what?
Like to check things.
Me?
Yeah. Like check the door shut, check things are off, that type of checking things.
Yeah, I've got you.
Yeah. But it's like, it's in my back pocket, and I used to have my wallet in my back pocket, and it's like, I want to play with coins in my back pocket. So do you keep coins in your back pocket?
No,
What do you keep in your back pocket?
I don't have anything in my back.
Well, not right now, but what do you keep in your back pocket?
Maybe a comb.
Oh, what?
A comb.
A comb?
Yeah.
She's telling you to brush your hair then?
Yeah, I do comb me sometimes.
Well, I wasn't like that a minute ago, and I was trying to work it out, but see, I'm blunt as they come, but obviously she would not be. She showed me that she's very closed, not very expressive to everybody, but to you, great and lovely. Norfolk as well, I've just heard Norfolk as well. You understand why she would want to go Norfolk? Like wards and stuff. I ain't saying Norwich, I don't want Norwich.
No,
Unless you can take Norwich, I'll take it there.
used to go there for holidays.
Where?
Norfolk.
She was a bit Martin Jeff, wasn't she? A bit deaf. Yeah, yeah. Where?
I'm not you with?
I've got a female missus.
I've had a lot of females of that.
Actual wife is still here.
Thank you very much. Oops. Okay, then. Oops. How'd you cope with
That's
that?
that girl you took to the Norfolk Brawls.
Yeah.
Where's the Deborah with you?
Where's what?
Deborah or Debbie?
I haven't got a Debbie. No.
Or Debs?
No. Sorry.
That's all right, don't worry about it. I may not be with you.
Why not?
Oh, okay. I've got a female coming through as a missus, and she's coming through with the back problem and would have died or passed with a heart or lung condition, and there's a Norfolk connection, and there's also a September connection with her as well.
Okay.
Can you take any of that now?
No, but I can think about it, can't I?
That's not how, yeah, you can think about it, but that's, I really want to be close in with you. Where's the Anne connection with you?
It's the what?
Anne connection.
Oh, well, there's a nanny up the road, a lady, an older lady.
Still living.
Yeah.
He won't feed the medium, so you won't get nothing.
Pardon?
Then he won't feed the medium, so he won't answer
No, that's all
questions.
right. No, it's fine.
It's just not helpful sometimes.
And with the dogs,
Yeah, she's got a dog.
I'm going to say elephants as well. Don't tell me she's got elephants in the back because he ain't that. But there's elephants around her.
I don't know.
You don't know?
about elephants.
Oh, okay. Would you understand the grace?
I'm coming closer because I can hear you.
How close you come?
Eva, move your bag.
Yeah.
We're all squishing.
Alright, let me just go back to, where's the November birthday or anniversary with you? Even if with the missus that's alive.
No, I've got a November birthday.
Anniversary passing.
No, it's December the one I'm thinking of. No. Bear it in mind.
Anyone else take this?
Possibly. Possibly.
What can you take? Don't help me out, what can you take?
The heart, the bad back,
Yeah.
possibly the elephants, but it's not to do with her, it's to do with someone she knew.
That's fine.
Her name is Grace.
Yeah. What connection have you got with this gentleman here?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Well, where you going now?
And the September as well. She passed in September.
It was really important that she told me Mrs.
She was married.
Because that's how I want to describe her, as the Mrs.
She was the boss. 100%.
You take her April birthday?
Yeah. Well, a little bit earlier.
March? Yeah, begin on right on the cusp then. I don't want to fit. Alright. She's presenting herself to me with a stick and a raincoat. I mean, if it's winter, that could be right, couldn't it?
She didn't like using stick.
But she had a stick. And was the passing in the winter
September.
when it was wet? Trevor name. I can't get it. Like a Trevor. T-R-E name. Can't get it. Not sure. But can you take the Trevor or Trev, something like that? And where's the Alan with you?
Where's the...
Alan. It's unusual. That's alright.
I know someone else called Alan that's passed, but they're not... They wouldn't have known each other.
You can just take the name, yeah?
Yeah, Alan.
Regardless of... Yeah, okay. And do you remember Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter as well? I've got loads of that, like cards or pictures, that kind of stuff as well. I can see that. So it's like the Mad Hatter party and all that kind of stuff. I can see that. Can you take that? No? That's fine. Doesn't matter. It will come. I will come back to you. I'm sure.
I could take the Alan and the Norfolk.
Oh, you'll take Norfolk now?
Well, he's got a place in Norfolk.
Alan's got a place in Norfolk.
You were talking about a lady in Norfolk.
No, I wasn't. Talking about going to Norfolk. It's all right. It's fine.
Norfolk in general.
It's fine.
You well, I used to go there.
You used to go to Norfolk?
Yeah. Not a lady.
Okay. That's all right. Okay. All right. All right, let me just give this and let me get on to the end of this thought. Because otherwise I won't be able to move. Tina. Can you take Gina or Tina?
There's a lady in the village called Tina. I don't know her, but my wife does.
Would your wife have a sister?
Yes.
Past?
No.
Right. And September's connected with your wife? Yeah? Then this lady is for your wife then?
Okay.
Okay. May I be blunt?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You know when you have a busted finger, your little finger,
Yeah.
and you have to staple it, or you strap it to your next finger, yeah? And it supports it like a splint, yeah? I want to do that with the relationship there. I want to support that like it needed support, like it was broken and needed the support to mend it. Understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah? And that, and I've got a renewing of vows, church. Understand that?
Oh, yes, I can hear them sometimes.
Well, you can just hear church bells.
Yeah.
But I want to renew vows. You want? Did you renew your vows?
Yeah.
You did.
I hear the bells ring.
Did you ever do a wedding vow renewal with Mrs?
Did you ever sort of get married again, yeah?
Yeah,
With your
get married
wife?
again, like
To your wife?
do another ceremony with your wife to renew your vows and just renew the promise and just be nice.
Did you do that?
Something has been reconnected, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. You want it exactly bang on the button, don't you?
No, I'm agreeing with what you said.
Right, okay, that's fine. would you understand that Darren close to you?
Darren?
Darren close to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Very close to you.
I'd say it's close, yeah.
Okay. And with him there's tractors and stuff like that. There's tractors and there's farming.
No.
Maybe in the past.
No. It's just a close neighbour.
Close that. Okay. Oh. Okay, look. I'm gonna cut because we're going around in circles for me. Alright. I'm just gonna cut the link off and I'm sorry that I said about Mrs. your wife. But that's how it felt. Right? Really did feel like it was that close. And this lady was very, very strong and determined and adamant that it was Mrs. And that's why I said it was Mrs. Right? If you can understand a lady that is very closely related to your wife, who has passed, who was very determined, very forceful, politely forceful, also stubborn, because I can't move away from the Mrs. Element of it. Take the love.
Okay.
Yeah? Is that alright?
Yeah.
I apologise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where we go? Hello? Yeah. So,
That's fine.
how are you?
I'm right, thank you.
Having a better day than me? It happens. Thank you.
They'll all behave. I've trained them well.
It's fine.
To be honest, we sometimes get mixed messages coming in because where this is an age concern centre, we tend to sometimes get unclaimed elderly spirits coming in that think they're for people here and they're not.
Oh, right. Okay.
They do that sometimes because they spend so much time here that this is their place, and when we work, they go, "Oh, I'm coming in to say hello again."
Right, look, everyone witnessed what just happened, right?
Yeah.
So if another medium comes to you with this lady who says Mrs.
I've got evidence.
Right? Then, yeah, that will, as long as someone else validates it. But, yeah, definitely. Okay? Come at you over the back there. Oh, you alright? I'm just coming over this side. That side's a bit cold for me. I do have a... Yeah, it's a mister. Yeah, it's a man. But it's not dad, right? It's over to one side, like uncle or something like that, right? On that level. It might even, bear with me, because it might even be brother, that kind of stuff. Then it's uncle. Yeah, there is a brother connection to dad, yeah? And there's a lot of tiredness here with him as well, alright? He would have passed with heart condition or lung condition because I feel it right here, but he would have passed just naturally in the end, yeah? There was issues because I feel it, but it would have been just naturally just gone. It's a Dave connection as well. Well, where's the Dave connection? Please tell the room.
So it's on my mum's, one of my mum's nephews,
Is a Dave.
Dave, that
Right.
is passed.
That has passed. Mum's nephew. What's that relation? That's not
It's your
uncle.
cousin.
Is that
My
like
cousin, but they were
cousin,
very close. They were
cousin
like
uncle
my sister.
type thing? Yeah. Okay. Alright. So you just come. Right. Okay. With a Dave.
Yeah.
Right. And there's fast cars like I've got Formula One, but if it's not that, then it's just fast cars. Yeah. I see. Do you remember the thing, racing car number 9? Remember that? Losing petrol all the time? The older people will know that. Right? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
I want to give that as well, as the message. Yeah? And again, the Tina has come up as well. Can you take Tina? Tina or Gina? Straight in. It's showing me football as well. Yeah? And it's showing me that there's a breaking the link with the communication within the family as well, because I want to, it's here, like family normally like that, but hands are released. I want to bring it back, so it's been broken and it's come back, understand? Yeah? And there's a Dave connection as well, you understand? Did I say Dave already? Alright, again, so that's that. He's coming in clairaudiently to me, and he's coming in twice, which says that you may have heard some of this stuff on your own. So I say that you're clairaudient if you know, yeah? Because I hear it twice, the name twice. And there's like an R name as well, like a Rupert or Russell. I know Mandy's a Russell, but it's not that. It's like an RU name as well. Yeah, as well. Coming through. Where's the April connection with you with a birthday passing? Anniversary. Okay. And just hold it. Just hold it. He's showing me two sides of a riverbank, and he's showing me we're on this side here, and we want to go to this side here, right? But there is no bridge, so there's a transition for you from here to this side, but there is no bridge. Okay, and I'm going to say to you that if you are looking for the world to provide you that transition, it's not there. You're going to have to make your own crossing in some way. So you go through some period of transition, yeah, from here to there. But you're going to have to take responsibility of how you get there, yeah. What's wrong with the calf? I've got a calf problem, so a little bit of healing into the calf, maybe like there's a step-by-step thing for you that you're a bit unsure about, all right? And also, did you do anything like tapping or where you put on your pressure point and you tag to it? I don't know what that's called, but some people like put on and the mental image goes onto it, and every time you do it, that. So he's aware of that. Again, there's kisses and there's loves coming in. And I'm seeing a rainbow, so you made a promise to someone as well. I saw one earlier actually. You made a promise to someone, and that you're keeping that promise as well. He's just pointing. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Or he did, and he's fulfilling that promise. Yeah. Show me. He's a type that would roll up his sleeves and get involved. And you are the same. However, there's books involved before you can roll up your sleeves and get involved. Right. There's area here. I want to send some healing in. All right, with him. Maybe that's the instinct as well, that you're just lacking a little bit of shove yourself momentum, shall I say? And I just want to clear that a little bit and move it forward. Where's the Andrew connection with you? Andrew connection with you? Andy? Just hold it. You alright?
Oh, I heard his cat meow outside and I was looking for...
You all heard a cat meow outside?
Yeah, it's his cat outside looking for him.
Is it a real cat outside?
It's a real cat outside looking for him. I was just like, go away from it.
Once again, it's part of the message. Right? It has to be part of the message. So, why would a cat be important to you?
I don't even really like cats. Controversial.
Shame.
You know you've alienated after work.
I know.
Right. So you don't like cats. You don't like pushing yourself forward either. Is that true?
Yeah.
And a cat made a meow, yeah? You've all heard it, yeah? So people are waiting for you to start talking. just have to understand what's going on around you, and then you can do that. This Dean. Why is there multiple D names with you? Like Dave or Duncan or Darren?
Yeah, there's a lot of D's.
A lot of D's?
Yeah.
How many D's is there? Build me up because I need it.
There's a Derek, David, Doreen.
Why D? What's that? Oh, right, okay.
I don't know.
Someone obviously had a thing. So, and there's a Tai Chi element as well. Like, do you know what Tai Chi is? Yeah, it's the breathing and all that moving. There's that. If that's not with you at the moment, maybe, I don't know, yeah, but it's there with him. If you can take it with him, can you take it with him?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, he's just giving evidence, yeah. And I feel tight as well, so I'm going to say, what was with him with his stomach as well, because I just had to take a big, deep breath in.
I don't know.
Alright, okay, if you don't know, you don't know. That's fine. Take yourself, yeah. Is there, you playing piano?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Okay. I'll leave that there then, just in case you decide to later.
I want to.
Because if you can't validate it, then it's not going to be a yes, is it? So just leave it there and see where you go. Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Leave it stuff. Alright, thank you. Bye. I'm coming over here now. I'm not sure, but I'm there, second row. How are you both doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah? I have a younger male coming in at the moment. Issue with his left ear, and there's an Adam connection as well. One of you two. Even if you can't take it as a spirit, there's an Adam connection as a younger male with an ear.
I know a younger male with an ear connection here.
Yeah, that's fine.
But not Adam.
A name?
No.
Can you take an Adam in spirit?
No.
Just hold on then. Let me get it. This gentleman is coming in, he's presenting youngish, I'm going to say about 40, 45, there-ish, there or thereabouts, not 20s, not 70s, but 40s, round about, alright? There is an Adam link on him, if you can't take it in spirit, alright? And there's also a Hartlepool link, or that area of the country, Newcastle link as well. Can you take that? What can you take out?
The younger man, like 50s, not 40s.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that.
But not a heart. Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to stop right there.
Yep,
Yep.
it's fine.
Purely and simply because the connection for me is like ain't 100% perfect, and I'm not going to fish, and I'm not going to do.
I think they're messing you about a bit tonight because I realised what the piano connection is straight away.
What?
You're standing where the piano's supposed to be, they've just moved it out to the hallway.
I don't know. No. You were playing it.
I was going to say, they keep messing about. This place does this. Every time we get a new medium here, they mess you about the first time and then they're fine afterwards. It's very, very strange.
Okay. Good. Thank you for having me. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to come back.
Well, yeah, I've got you on my list anyway, so that's not a problem. Like I said, I know what they're like here, and they mess new mediums about every single time.
Sometimes, right, you just get it, but I won't carry on and get there and do it. Don't know what disturbed my energy. Something did. That's fine. That happens, and I've got to learn how to deal with that. But thank you for having me. I'll see you again.
You would definitely see us again. Thank you. I mean, if you could do a closing prayer for me, that would be great. And And then if you could do a closing prayer for me, that'd be great. And then I will go and get some tea and coffees for everybody.
Infinite Spirit, in a good, right and gracious way, shine upon us your presence, your power, your intelligence, and your spirit, because you are and we are, as always, one with you. Amen.
Thank you. Right.